Alright, so today I'm gonna be doing some dread reviews. Listen, I got you. I travel all over the world, and by the world, I mean Google. I ain't gonna lie, these are just random people that I pulled off the internet, so. Alright, so the first person, I ain't gonna lie, these is kinda hard. Mine kinda looked like this when I first started, but mine was like a little bit thicker towards the front because I wasn't really twisting at the front. But I mean, if you starting out and yours looks something like this, you in good hands. Your shit gonna turn out nice. Alright, so her freeform is probably a little bit more freeform than mine, I ain't gonna lie to you. But they look, I ain't gonna lie, they don't look bad. They just look like more freeform, more like she didn't do as much to them, you know what I mean? Like didn't manipulate them, which is what freeforms are. I really don't have freeforms. I got like semi-freeforms, I guess, kinda. So I ain't gonna lie, her shit, they don't look bad, but I ain't gonna lie, my girl tired, ain't she? I'm talking about her eyes was open in the womb. She ain't slept since her last lifetime. Now, if you going the most traditional route, I recommend you get some shit like this. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this kinda hard. And when you first start out, if you wanted to get some form to it before you just let it grow out by itself, doing something like this would be cool. Next we got, now I ain't gonna lie, this nigga look real 1 million BC. Swear I done seen this nigga on a cave wall somewhere, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, that nigga shit hard. He was born in a time before alphabets though, you know what I'm saying? Now this that nigga Jimmy Rocket. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of y'all probably ain't gonna fuck with it cause it look different or whatever, but to me, that shit hard, so fuck it. Get the most 10 out of 10. But with this type of hairstyle, if you do got it, if you wanna look what some people call presentable, I think you're presentable either way. But if you want to look more professional or like, you know, then just keep an edge up or whatever. Just keep an edge up and just a little taper on the sides or whatever. And if y'all want me to do a separate review on him, then let me know. If y'all want me to do like separate dread reviews for individual people or like musical artists or whatever, then let me know. Now these hoes, simple as fuck to do. I ain't gonna lie, these is the easiest locks you gonna have because they thick. And listen, the thing about thick locks, and this is something that I would stress to everybody that plan on doing this shit themselves or something like that or not going to get it retwisted by somebody professional. If you got thick locks, it's easy as fuck. They're easy to start because you can just literally just twist a big ass section down and just twist another big ass section down and do that shit like somewhere between 15 and 30 times, and you're gonna have some shit like what you see on the screen. I guarantee he got somewhere between like 20 and 35 dreads, somewhere between there. And so washing them is easy to separate them, not as easy to dry them, but it's easy to separate from those, it's easy to wash and get in between. And also if you want to retwist them by yourself, it's easy. Like me, and a lot of mine are combined. Like most of mine, I don't have a lot of singles, most of mine are combined. So it's like, if I try to retwist each individual one by myself, hell no. But like the nigga on the screen, his shit is easy. Like you can just tie that shit up in a bun and retwist them. Nigga don't sleep? I ain't gonna lie, I'm just playing, but somebody did force this nigga to take this picture though. That nigga auntie somewhere pointing a loaded water gun at this nigga while he taking this picture. That nigga look mad. And he ain't slept since kindergarten. But hell nah, dreads ain't bad though, you know what I'm saying? I remember scrolling it online, it said, my shit won't fall down if, bruh, it depends on how you start them and how you maintain them if they fall down. Like mine, as you can tell, they fall easily in my face, you know what I'm saying? But if you got one dread here, one over here, and 3 in the back, them hoes ain't gonna fall like you want them to. So I would say the more you have, the easier they are to fall anyway. Cause it's just less surface area on the bottom. Like you see niggas with wicks and shit that it's hard for it to fall down even though it's heavy. It's because at the base, it's so big. So if you want them hoes to fall down easier, I would recommend getting them a little thinner, especially if you want them like in your face on some shit. Thinner, thin. And just cause you taking a picture of your locks don't mean you gotta look depressed while you're doing it. Niggas don't know. Taking pictures rough as hell and shit. I be thinking y'all finna get drafted taking these pictures or something like, damn, nigga, lighten up shit. Now listen, I know when a nigga using a towel when I see it. And, bruh, I remember that shit back in them days. I hated using that damn towel, using the sponge. That's why I didn't use none of that to start these. Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, bruh, this is the starter, like start out. And I'll recommend don't twist it all, like smush it down on one side or else it will stick straight up like that. If you want it to stick like all around and like go all the way around, don't just be pushing that hole on one side, you know, like go all the way. But hell yeah, I mean, this just, when you starting out, I don't know, he got that ratatouille ass mustache, I can tell by the size. That nigga, he gonna catch a hernia straining his neck to the side like that though, you know what I'm saying? Hell nah. I feel like it's real easy for him to wear a hat. You know what I'm saying? But nah, his shit fire though, I ain't gonna lie, it's just starting out. That nigga do got I don't know. That nigga do got a little dent in his head, like a little, where a gas cap would be at on the car. That's what that kind of look like. But and it's so up and it said in the picture that he didn't like his shit no more. Ain't nothing wrong with it, I'm just saying like, really, if you gonna bleach your shit or if you gonna dye, but especially if you just gonna bleach it, you need to know if that's what you want before you do it, because that shit can fuck your hair. Like I probably ain't gonna bleach my shit again. This the most blonde it's gonna get, and I would never go that, like I would never try to go that deep to the root again. But hell nah. I'm not saying don't dye it, but be careful about dyeing. I'm gonna make a whole video about dyeing it, how to dye it, and why you shouldn't dye it and why you should dye it, if that makes sense. But when it comes to that dye, especially that bleach, be careful, young nigga. For me be walking around here like that little baby out Toy Story with that ate up ass head. Nah, but this shit fire though. Like if you debating on getting a hot top or if you trying to get a full head, I always recommend, especially if you're trying to grow your shit out for like a year or something, or if you're trying to grow your shit out for like a few months, go ahead and get a hot top. But if you're trying to actually grow your shit out for maybe like 2 years or more, get a full head of dreads, bruh. Do not get no fucking hot top. Niggas be in that hole. I'm talking about that'll be up to right here. Niggas got this much on their scalp. They got this many dreads, niggas. But then want to be mad when they see somebody with full head of dreads. Now I got a fade. Well, hell no, I need to get another fade. But I ain't got what you say a full head, but I ain't got no hot top either. Cause I had a hot top before. I hated it. I had a mohawk. Had to cut that shit out. I did not like that shit. I got a little fade now, but you know, I always say get a full head of dreads, cause these right here, these hoes are hard as fuck. You not gonna beat a full head of dreads. I promise you not. You's not gonna beat no full head of dreads. You can't beat that shit. Especially not with no fucking hot top. Everybody else shit gonna be full as fuck, and then you gonna be sitting up there with a hot top like, damn. What if I would've grew my shit out and then niggas be getting extensions and try to make it match? And if you got Freeforms, bruh, you can't even get extension. Them hoes ain't gonna look like your actual, you know, your real hair. So this shit gonna fuck up. Now if you done ever searched up Freeforms or hot top Freeforms on the internet, this right here, you done seen these hoes. These motherfuckers is nice. If I could get my shit like that, I would have. Bruh, them hoes are some of the cleanest I done ever seen. I ain't gonna lie to you. Them hoes is fire. Them hoes is pressure. That nigga was trying to fuck up his head on the video, but them hoes pressure. Shit like this be making me grateful that I got women in my family that love me. Cause I don't know who be shaping y'all heads, bruh. Like this nigga right here, do you see that look? That nigga got a grabbable piece of forehead on his shit. Like, bruh, if that nigga go walk outside at midday and stand directly under the sun, the light ain't gonna hit his eyes. Hell nah. You could tie the front of that nigga head up in a knot. Bruh, you could tie the front of that nigga head up in a knot. Hell nah. You can put one of them little twist ties on the front of his head, nigga, like a sock. Hell nah. Like that's what I'm saying. Y'all ain't gotta look mad as hell taking these pictures. That nigga looking all under-eyed in the camera and shit. Like, hell nah. I know that nigga done barked at least a few white people before. Hell nah. And that nigga whole shit like That nigga got his lip under his tongue tucked in and shit. Hell nah. Can't do it, bruh. If you taking a picture, just take the hell. You ain't gotta be all hell nah. But nah, his shit ain't bad. Hell nah. He like that nigga up Harlem Nights. They got mad at that little boy for shooting dice. I ain't gonna fuck with him too much. But if I know one thing, I know this. That's the nigga that gave Eve that apple though. Y'all love to call me Ja Morant, but this nigga right here is Ja Morant out the league already. Alright, y'all. So he got some of the hardest locks I done seen on the internet, bruh. And I know I've been talking about thin locks versus thick locks a lot. I'll probably make a whole video on that, but if you gonna get some thick locks, these is something to aspire to. These hoes are nice. Listen, I knew it took him a while to grow these though. It had to take him a while to grow these. This ain't no grow out from wavelength to this length in a year, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, these are some of the nicest ones, semi-freeforms or whatever, that I done seen really ever. These hoes are nice. And they thick too, which is the craziest part. I'm gonna end with who I think had the best dreads. Who I actually got my dreads because of, who I wanted mine to look like. And that is Cardi.